thinking? Like,
So could be position 3, but we did see 5 SVG.
I will tell
Mars?
you something. This was back in January, maybe even early. Actually, it was January, 100%, because it was back when I started playing offlane. And at the time, Mars was pretty strong. This was before they nerfed the mana cost of Spear.
Yep.
And I was playing a lot of Mars offlane. And Arteezy started to pick carry Leshrac against me. And it dumpsters Mars. I'm not talking about in lane. I'm talking about in-game. Because you literally just walk around in his arena killing him. And he can't actually stand his ground. So I will say, I think Mars is very bad against Leshrac. And I think that is a very mediocre pick. I think it is obviously great with Phoenix, but I think it's very bad against Lesh. And I think Mars is actually going to have a very tough game this game because he's now in lane against an Undying, and he's got a Phoenix likely 4. They could make the Phoenix a 5, so that it's not 2 strength heroes.
well, I mean, the Mars can be a 5 too. I was gonna say like that helps.
Oh, we did see SVG Mars.
Yeah, that helps them. Like we see
That's a good point.
This hero's win rate's quite low as the third most picked now hero in the tournament. But with that being said, actually I think he's still second. I think I'm on the wrong. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But the fact that they can flex it makes it significantly better, I think.
Okay.
No other teams are doing that. And so we don't know what the win rate is, given that teams maybe should be flexing it.
It's a weird pick in regards to the counter working this way, but I would have never envisioned Mars being bad against Lesh, but I just played it like 4 times because Arteezy kept picking it, and I lost every game miserably. So I have to imagine the matchup's still the same because neither of them have really been reworked. Yeah,
I mean, doesn't that just get worse if he's 5?
It does, absolutely, yeah. But at that point, if you die inside of your own arena as a 5, maybe that's, like, fine.
Right, it doesn't matter as much.
Maybe you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So if that case, we need either a 3 or a 5 for Quincy crew. And they're banning the 5s on the side of For Fun, so they're not even considering the SVG Mars, which we did see, was it yesterday?
I think so.
It was either yesterday or the day before. All the days blur together when I had to drown out Jenkins for 8 hours in a row.
10 seconds remaining.
We do see the Morphin. This is also a very low win rate hero, and it has been...
21%.
Again, this is Quincy crew, so this is going to be the best of the best in terms of the NA region right now. See if they can fare a little bit better. And Undying for fun.
Yawar's Morphling is now going to be put to the test, because we've seen a lot of Morphlings fail that, pH test. They're not a little too...
Are we expecting the Brax last pick for himself, or is he going to play potentially Clockwork? Could that still be a 3?
I don't think it's a 3.
Yeah, it's just... It's very seldom a 3. And when
what do you think of like a double melee support?
It's pretty bad, pretty rough. But I mean, I think it means you're more favoring a ranged offlaner. Maybe it will be a Leshrac offlane. Maybe we got you baited by the Rioya Leshrac here.
Absolutely, it could be, because the Lesh or just any ranged hero goes really well with Clock, especially ones like Lesh that, as long as they're not getting killed, they're like winning the lane. Veno comes to mind, but not being amazing versus Morphling.
Yeah,
Bat Rider would have been great,
big counter.
but they banned out the Bat. It's so hard to think about it without the hero list. But
maybe like just Sand King. Just say screw picking a
ranged
Sand King.
hero.
Yeah, Sand King's like he's a melee hero, but is he really like his spells are so huge radius, right? It's like
yeah, he's kind of played like a ranged hero where he kind of sits back a lot and then eventually goes on you.
Yeah, so it's great against Morphling in terms of it actually gives you a way to kill him pretty reliably, but of course it's a good morph target.
I think right now they need a hero to rotate 2, because they have the rotator, they have the hard farmer that can also join fights, but they don't really have the guy that just gets rotated 2.
How is I haven't seen this hero in a while, so how's OD
for
fun
Rioya here?
Yeah, if you do an offlane Lesh.
If this was any other patch, I'd say it would be 100% in OD, because that's a Rioya special and it's a very good OD game. I've seen in games where, I don't remember what team he was on at the particular time, but where Rioya's had the chance to be OD and he turned it down.
What about Queen of Pain? Just Lesh offline, like think of current meta heroes that are actually not dog shit like OD. In our Rioya heroes, like Queen of Pain's his specialty, right? They don't have great lockdown for him. It destroys Void Spirit in lane. You get an Orchid early, deal with the Morphling.
Honestly, any core that makes it hard for Mars to play Dota in regards to, like he's hard to spear, I think would be pretty solid here for either mid or off lane.
The thing with Eric though is like he never wants to play his best heroes. I very distinctly remember. It's like he is one of the most phenomenal Queen of Pains in NASA, like top 3.
He's just a really good laner.
And he's
So
like
any lane dominators, he specializes.
And again, this is 3 melees against a Phoenix Egg, so I feel like this has to be a range here.
It'd be a really good Storm Spirit game, actually.
Oh, Storm.
This might actually
true.
be a really free
yeah, it's a
Storm
solid
game.
Storm game.
Good lane matchup. Those 2 supports do nothing to you. Good against Morphling. Buy the Orchid. If they want to go for Ryoya, I like Storm a lot. Oh!
Huh.
Is that
Ancient
offlane
Apparition.
Offlane Clock, offlane Ancient Apparition. So it is mid-lesh. It
Wow.
is offlane Ancient Apparition.
I have never seen Brax play this before.
Wow.
Wow.
Huh.
So it is a ranged hero.
Just hard countering the Morphling Phoenix. I mean, it seems pretty good. Like the whole win condition of Quincy Crew really falls on Yawar here.
It naturally synergizes with the Void,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I honestly like For Fun's draft better.
You're picking them?
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta go for fun too. I think this draft is super high IQ. This is some genius level stuff here.
All right, well, we're going to find out very shortly who will take this game. After this short break, we will see Game 1 of this best of 3 between Team For Fun, or whatever the hell you want to call them, versus Quincy Crew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Monster Energy Dota Summit 13 online. We've got some NA action here. I've got lizZard here. It's 3 a.m. where he is, but he's excited for some NA Dota. He's excited to see the Kings of the Americas, Quincy Crew, go up against the Eternal Envy squad, because you know what? You never know what's going to happen whenever Envy plays Dota. He's got the power of anime, and I'm sure that we're going to see something crazy here.
The power of what? Anime?
Anime,
If he
your
has that,
favorite.
they lost already. Like, wrap
You
it up,
love
guys.
anime.
If they have the power of an anime, I'm out. Everyone lost. It's over.
30 seconds to battle.
All right. He does have some power on his side with this Void and Ancient Apparition combo. Like you were asking what their last pick is gonna be, if it's gonna be an offlane, and I think they found a way to deal with the level 25 Morphling, right? Don't you think so?
I think so, but the other thing, as Sunsfan has said, he's never seen Brax play this hero in the offlane. You know, I'm a big fan of the Brax Street Boys, big fan of Brax too. You know, but I'm a little concerned because I have a feeling Quinn's gonna do very well in his lane. Like he got his hero. He is one of the best NA mid laners out there. And, you know, Ryoya, nothing to sneeze at. You know, he's very good at these lane dominators. But I just feel like at the end of the day, Quinn's going to start popping off. He's going to start hunting down Brax. Brax isn't going to have a game. I like what they're trying to do, but I'm not sure if it's going to work.
So when you put this Ancient Apparition on the offlane, basically what you're looking for is to get as much experience as possible early on. And to get an item or two so that you scale versus Morphling. So he isn't that 15-minute E-Blade Morphling that just kills you at the beginning of the fight, and then your ulti doesn't matter, right?
Right.
As long as Snaking plays his hero well on this offlane, and he's also a really capable clock, I think Brax should have a decent time and he should get those levels.
I think he can get the levels, but again, I'm not concerned about the laning. I'm more concerned about once we get out of that. It's a squishy hero, and, you know, there are honestly better off-laners, I feel, that they could have picked that are going to do more, but, you know, this is, again, it's Eternal Envy Dota. I think Brax was the one who was doing the drafting, or at least had the captain's hat on during draft, so maybe they know something. I mean, they obviously know things that I don't. I'm not a professional player by any means, but it does worry me just a little bit.
It's Frostblast versus Morphling. They didn't have a way of dealing with him. Now they do. Also, if you look at their whole draft, besides the chrono and the hookshot, the catch for Morphling is also pretty limited. Now they can make sure to kill him with those catching spells. So one chrono, he's dead. One Frostblast hookshot, he's dead. It forces him to itemize differently too. Because of that, this is a decent pick.
I guess my other question is, what happens once there isn't a Chronosphere available? Or if, you know, you're using that hook shot on someone else and trying to just separate up the fight?
Radiant's
Yeah,
Then
we
you
discussed
all
this during
tab
the
a little
draft.
bit, watch some Death Note maybe, or Evangelion or whatever.
Man, you are such a weeb that you know these, dude.
Of course I know, you have to know the enemy.
Bottom lane, making some plays over here on the snaking. They did the Icarus dive, and they're going to try to burn him down a little bit more. One more hit should do the trick, and SVG will collect the first blood on snaking. He's going to try to go for that denial. Not quite going to be able to make it, so Brax happily cleans himself up a kill.
It's a trade in which, okay, Snaking isn't happy, but Brax is. He just got to full level, so he's actually ahead of experience when it comes to, mid lane.
Mid lane, they're going after Ryoya, and it's a great gank because they'll go get themselves a kill and give Quinn even more of an advantage in this middle lane.
I just love seeing these heroes that you don't really expect to ganking. Like a Shadow Demon just popping into your lane, disrupting you, and just getting a kill. Like, usually what you expect from them is to just be laning steadily there, protecting their offlane, perhaps creep skipping, blocking the small camps, but very nice played by MSS.
I mean, this is how we play in the streets here, lizZard, NA Dota. You know, you thinking that you're fine in that middle lane, everything's going well, and then all of a sudden, you know, UR loves to do this. He just shows up in the middle lane and starts ganking people.
Yeah, that's also...
Expect the unexpected from us. This isn't your EU Dota.
Well, I remember someone called No-Tail once upon a time when he played carry, he would do those things very often. Like, moment he gets his power spike on a carry, like level 6, he would go down mid, either to take the tower or to gank. So it's a pretty good play. I love it. I love seeing it. I love to see active dotes.
See it for sure. But we've got runes up, and it looks like Moo will be able to go and snag it away from Quinn. So empty bottle for him. Gonna just hang out in the mid lane though, make sure that he gets these last hits. Nice little play here coming out from Yoya. Haven't talked much about this top lane at all.
Yeah, it isn't really that interesting, is it? It's Lelis versus Void, with Undying trying to mess a little bit with Lelis. Shadow Demon was rotating about for the majority of the time, so it was just a CS war. You can see Lelis still has the majority of his region even. That rune control for me is more interesting, let's say, on the mid lane, because of that rune control now Quinn is forced out of the lane completely. A lane in which he got a kill, now he has to abandon, at least for a couple of creep waves, and let Ryoya do whatever he wants to. Okay.
And there's the bounty rune though getting picked up by MSS. So Quinn doesn't have a lot of mana or health here. Moo trying to run away. Lelis already using most of these spells here. Doesn't have anything else to go for the catch, which we talked about is a bit of a problem coming out from the side of Quincy crew here.
They try to pop Yavar bottom. Oh, he's actually frozen, but it won't really matter. It's a cute play that they try to do with Clock. Like, if you click on Snaking, you'll see that he has 2 levels Battery Assault, 1 level Rocket Flare. Usually you get Cogs like on level 3, like 90% of the time, but his lane is Phoenix and Morphling. He's not gonna keep anyone inside of those Cogs, so getting that Rocket and trying to snipe him when he is low on strength is a nice idea.
Oh, the battery assault on SVG. He tried to swoop away and he wasn't able to in time. This is looking like a dead Phoenix.
Or a dead
No, it
Clock.
looks like they'll turn it back around on Snaking. He's going to take a lot of damage from these Flame Spirits. I don't think quite enough, but Lelis does manage to find the kill on Moo. All this goes on.
I'm surprised he tried to dive there, because it's extremely difficult to accomplish versus Battery Assault. And because he had Sticks and Fairy Fire, like, he was never gonna die there. Not to level 2 Battery Assault.
Quinn pulling Ryoya over here with the Aether Remnant. Oh, he doesn't manage to go and get that bottle, though.
Yeah. That's what was cool about that play. He prevented the bottle abuse. Now Clockwork is steeping in. With his broken Clockwork set, you saw this, right? I have the same one. Yeah.
You
What is
okay
this,
there,
like-
buddy? Something's wrong with his face.
Did he hit his head in a traffic cone, or...?
Oh, no. It looks pretty ridiculous. Mid lane, though, making the jump over onto Ryoya and Moo. Quinn trying to get this, but they drop the tombstone. Colonel is out. Eternal Envy. They'll go and find the kill onto Quinn. Ice Blast getting tossed out as well. SVG trying to run away, as is MSS. The aggression coming out now from the side of For Fun. They're trying to finish off Moo, taking a lot of damage. They go with the arena though, as Lelis teleports in, so they should be able to find this kill onto Moo. But the rest of the side of For Fun's able to walk away here.
Okay, they only lose the Undying and the Chronosphere. I think they're super happy with how Envy rotated in. Now you talked about the carry on the other side, Yavar, that likes to do this. It's Envy this time around, realizing, sure, I have Chrono, I'm gonna TP in, use it, get a good kill. They can't really catch me. It's a problem on both sides, right? Like it's very difficult to catch heroes unless you use big spells. You don't have any of these small stuns that are reliable at the same time.
Talked about that during the draft too. I know that it's just you and me talking here because the boys were talking on the stream, but it is difficult. I mean, once Quinn gets that gets the Yules and is able to set up with the Aether Remnants, I think it's a little bit easier. Especially eventually, he's gonna go for the Ags. It's a definite consideration here because they need a way to hold down the Faceless Void. But until then, it is difficult, like you said.
It will help. Brax is also buying an Aethos, which is, I'm not sure if he's building it only because of that problem, as it is a common build on Ancient Apparition when you're playing it offlane. But that will also help for Fun's side, at least. It will help out with their catch. Like, I really wouldn't like to be a Clockwork in a game such as this one. Like all of these heroes have a way of dealing with the hookshot and cogs.
It's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge for snaking. But I mean, this guy, he's been around forever. He's a great Clockwork. I'm sure he's taking that into consideration. And he'll find a way to make it work.
Yeah, looks like he's going for Urn into most likely Vessel. I rarely see someone just build an Urn without going for Vessel.
There it is up top. They use the Shadow Poison. Snaking teleports in. I'm a little surprised about that. Doesn't actually get the cogs off, but Quinn, of course, can just go step right out. Ryoya joining in, though. Ice Blast is going to get tossed in as well. The bubble coming through. Ice actually snaking a little bit more time. I'm not sure that was necessarily the play here. It's like no one's really low enough to shatter at this point. It is a level 1 Ice Blast, so they go back in. They try to make moves on Snake. He does have 4 stacks of that Shadow Poison, but...
Yavar made use of that time while they were all fighting top. He was pressuring mid lane. Because of that, this tower is on 600 HP, almost finished. Top.
And there's the kill on Snaking. Just stuck around a little bit too long. Nice bounty rune here for Quinn. Refilled the bottle, and it feels like he wants to go in and kill Moo again. See already, just going very forward, gets the Astral Step off. And this should be a very dead Undying. Oh, Spear doesn't quite connect, but Quinn will get the last hit.
Another ulti from Brax. I feel like if he saves that ulti once and they use Chrono on Morphling, they could perhaps kill him. But to do that, you need to be in position with Faceless Void, and so far Envy, he's a bit on the greedier side with his playstyle and also with the item build that he's going for. He's building a Battle Fury.
Something more like, the Mask of Madness or the Maelstrom sort of thing.
Yeah, your Mask, BKB kind of a build. Oh, Quinn.
Okay, Chronosphere gets used on Quinn over here. They'll go for the Phoenix Egg, though. Quinn taking too much damage. Not sure. Yeah, he's got the Dissimulate. He's going to try to run away from Envy. Does have that little bubble protecting him. Astral Step forward. Throws out the Aether Remnant because he's afraid that Ryoya is going to be following him. Managed to get the kill on Envy's Courier, which is his Mask of Madness, actually. Wait, was he going Mask of Madness and Battle Fury? No, right? That's way too greedy.
Does he have Mask? Envy?
He bought it, and it got killed on the Courier. His Courier just died.
It's not that greedy. No, that's fine then.
Because to go both of them, though? To go Battle Fury and the Mask of Madness?
It's alright. It buffs you up a little bit in that Chrono, so you have extra damage. While you're chronoing someone. Later on, you can disassemble it. It's completely fine. By the way, while that was happening on the bottom lane, and they were failing to kill Quinn, Yavar died on top lane. They managed to hook him. They managed to use Ancient Apparition ulti on top, and there you go. Even this Morphling can be killed already, which is which is a problem for many lineups. Usually how you decide to deal with Morphling is by picking a carry that deals with him later, but they found the perfect solution with the Ancient.
Quinn throwing out the aggression here in the mid lane, picking up the haste rune. Love to get the jump on Brax. Let's go, use the Icarus dive. Atos is gonna get used on SVG. Really trying to put the pressure on the mid tower now. Well, I didn't realize that Mars just picked up a Blink Dagger, and now Ryoya has realized this dude does end up missing that spear. But Lelis has to be careful. He's actually getting burnt down. Quinn joining into the fight, though. Bubble comes out from MSS. Will protect him, but the Ice Blast comes in, and they'll follow up with the hook shot here from Snake King. Trying to put out a little bit more damage, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it as Quinn still hungry on the hunt. Astral step forward with that Assimilate. Trying to get out as much damage as possible. No longer has that Ice Blast on him as he chases down Snake King. Has a couple stacks of this Shadow Poison, so MSS will be able to pop him.
Damn, you don't really expect Clock to just die from 5 stacks of Shadow Poison, but he's not really that tanky. He actually has no stat items whatsoever, not even Circlet. All he's got is Tranquils, and that's it. Mid lane.
Dead SVG. He tried. Oh, never mind. Lelis jumping in here. Actually can turn this right back around again. Move, forced to run away. Egg will pop. One more hit. They're gonna let Yawar get it, and they'll go right in after Brax. He gets the ultimate off, but they're not really low enough here. As Snake King, nice shield bash, pushing back on Snake King. Simulate coming forward again. They've got the waveform coming out from Yawar. Nice spear over into the trees. Needs to be a little bit careful though, because in comes Eternal Envy. He does have the Chronosphere. They have to be careful again because Ryoya is just gonna be burning them down. Yawar gets called up in the Chronosphere. Envy finds himself a kill with Ryoya, and now they're gonna be forced to move away. Coming out from the side of Quincy crew, but MSS is gonna get held back here as Snake King went, used that hook shot, but didn't follow up with the Coxel, used the bubble by a little bit more time. Again, they have another arena. Lelis just having a little difficulty landing these spears right now. So they'll be able to go walk away from the engagement. They did end up losing Yawar though, which was very costly.
Yeah, that was a big win for them right there. The fight did start off well, killing off Ancient Apparition and Undying at the beginning. The reasoning basically is this is a perfect Phoenix game. He doesn't have a single hero right now that deals with the egg well, so he can play very aggressively. Yawar, well, there was no Ancient Apparition, but he replicated, he morphed into a Void with like 20% HP and just died. That was... Yeah, I think he just tried to morph and Void Walk away, but yeah, it didn't really work out for him.
This is literally it. He just died.
Yep.
Like you said. Bounty runes are up though, and we'll be able to go snap up this top one. So like that bottom as well.
Is there anything big coming up? Let's see. Besides that Athos, no big game-changing items have been completed on it. Anyone? Yules soon on Quinn, but not there yet. Same goes for Ryoya. Still building that Yules, not really there yet. Top lane SVG.
Chase Herb. Hookshot doesn't connect though from Snake King. MSS turning around. Starts to throw out a little bit of the Shadow Poison, but not gonna put out much here. Quinn's still focusing over here in the mid lane. Gonna have that Yules, like you said, very, very shortly. And that's gonna be very important for him to make sure that they can get the lockdown necessary to go after some of these guys.
Yeah, it really activates both mid laners. Void Spirit on one side, Leshrac on the other. Both of them need this Yules, and it's about to be completed around the same time, I suppose. After that, they will be a bit freer to move across the map and create real plays.
I feel like some of these plays have been pretty real already, lizZard.
They have, but you can see them. They're always the follow-up. They're never really the ones that make it, that initiate, right? They're the ones that, yeah, they're the ones that follow up in an engagement that's already happening.
They're not the aggressors, it seems. Looking over here for Ryoya. Quinn has that haste rune, but he's just a little bit too slow. He's not going to be able to go and hold him in place. It's just...
If he had something that could hold him in place, or perhaps in the air at that point,
yeah,
would have worked.
I mean, he's getting there. He just needs the Void Stone. He's very close. The last creep wave should be able to give it to him.
Smoke. They're invading. Brax, if they see him, he's so dead.
They can get the jump over here. And they do manage to grab Brax, and again, that is one of the downsides of being an off-lane AA, right? But, you know, Arena's down. And that's one of their big ways of containing the enemy team, so...
Then again, if...
Hook shot, coming in hot, over onto MSS, who's gonna push him right back over here to Ryoya, and I don't think that was the play, MSS. But I'm not sure what else he really could have done there, honestly, either, so...
No, nothing really. He's caught. They'll get him, I think, no matter what. So he just accepted his fate, and now Ancient is alive once again, and they can perhaps set up a bigger fight. Perhaps try to get to Yawar again. I like that Brax is going for. Well, actually, never mind. He had Blink Dagger queued up. He had 1600 gold. I was thinking, okay, this sounds good because they really don't have a lot of catch on Quincy crew. So that Blink Dagger is your free out of jail card every single time. And this is fine too, getting a bit tankier with mech.
Again, they don't have the arena up and they really need to... Oh, Brax. Does he feel it? Is his spidey sense tingling?
Yeah, but they feel him as well. This
Oh,
is
of
gonna
course they
connect.
do. Yeah, look at this. They bring the courier over just to scout. That's a dead Brax. Then Ray comes out. That Atos is gonna hold Lelis in place as he punches you in the face.
I love how Envy was like, no, see ya, buddy. He just abandoned
Yeah, he's like,
him.
yeah, I'm out. See ya. Just tank the gank for me, please.
They could probably get the kill, the two of them. The problem is, the problem that Envy has in this game is Shadow Demon. It's MSS. Like, this Shadow Demon has had a good game. He's the richest support, and he has Aetherlance already. So every time they use that chrono, they have to make sure that the MSS isn't near or that he's controlled.
I think that's gonna be Snake King's job to really follow up on the back lines and make sure that he's not able to go with those saves, because it is just so good in this lineup, right? Going up against the Faceless Void, going up against some of these other guys too, like being able to...
He's really the only one that can do that, right? This Clockwork is the only hero that can get to the sidelines, backlines, besides the Void, so...
The Void's got bigger fish to
Faceless
fry. He's
Void,
got
yeah.
his eyes over on, yeah. We've got all the Voids. It's funny how all the Void Spirit and Faceless Void are all purple too, you know? Really leaning in on that lore.
Is there any
color.
like connection between them in the lore? Can we call?
Well, not all
stacks?
Voids know each other, Lizard. God, you're so insensitive. Eternal Envy, though. Smoke will pop. They'll jump in over here onto Ryoya, but they have the Yules, and there it is. There's the Chronosphere over onto the side. It only grabs up Ryoya, trying to stay alive, and they have a beautiful egg on the back line. It's not going to be enough for them. They'll be able to go onto Ryoya. MSS next to fall. Quinn will fall as well here as Lelis trying to climb his way away, trying to crawl in the spear. Does a little bit of help, but at the end of the day, only Yawar is going to survive on the side of Quincy crew as the EE Brax Street Boys squad puts that pressure over on the mid tower.
Yeah, that was such a good fight from them, Moxxi. Like, I expected it to go so much worse because in that chrono they didn't even manage to kill off the Shadow Demon. Not even he died in the Chronosphere. And
That Ice Blast, though.
Yeah. They missed a couple of really big spells on the side of Quincy crew. They didn't really engage properly. That chrono just contained the Shadow Demon. That's it. Still worked enough for them.
Prize worked as well as it did.
Yep. Perhaps the egg could have been a little bit more defensive. The level 1 egg has been buffed up, but it's still not great. And you want that level 2 egg, so... Once SVG gets that level 12, it will be a little bit easier for him to really contribute in these fights. Also, MSS the whole time had disruption. After the chrono, he had disruption off cooldown for 3-4 seconds in which he could have used them. He didn't though.
No, he didn't. I think that fight just totally took them off guard. I think also, like I said, that Ice Blast coming out from Brax was just perfect because it ended up, I think, if you take a look back here, you know, they were pumping out so much damage from Ryoya just alone, and then following up with the Ice Blast, just cherry on top of the sundae sort of thing. It just made it too difficult to survive, so. It's like, oh, it looks like Envy actually is the one lagging. Here, so. he has disconnected. I think we're on. I think all the games are played on US East. Anyways, I think the only person that's got extreme, like ping,
Lawless,
generally
right?
speaking, is Lelis. Yeah, because he is playing out of Brazil. That could be why some of these spears are a little off today.
Yeah, it's like it's so difficult for him. I can I guess from CIS as well. Like a few years ago, we had same issues with the internet, right? With ping, with unstable connections. And, it has to suck, but he's not complaining, and I've heard
I
really
don't think I've ever heard
great
him
compliments.
complain.
Yeah, and just
And he's
compliment
still
his-
winning like MVP votes and all these other things. Like,
Yeah, and people are just complimenting him that even though in the pubs he never complains about the ping and that he is playing as well as anyone else. You don't feel like he's playing with it. But like you said, maybe a couple of these peers weren't on point, but at least he has that. Like he can always blame it on the ping.
man, what is it with offlaners being super like PMA? Like you got Monkeys Forever, who's known for being very positive. Brax is so wholesome. That boy's like a bowl of oatmeal. And then you got Lelis. He's just pretty chill. He doesn't complain.
Yeah, but that's it.
I guess you gotta be chilling offlane, huh?
Like, you need that mentality. Like you think some spoiled kid can be the offlaner? No, he's gonna be entitled. Kids are gonna be carries, right? Like that's 100% what it is. They want
Envy?
everything. They want the farm.
Envy's having a little me time in the jungle here. Got stuck over there on the side. Yeah, no, I mean when it comes down to it, right? The
Radiant's top tower is
your
under
offlaner is basically your eldest child, right? They're the one that kind of babysits the other kids when mom's busy. They're kind of, you know, self-reliant.
Yeah.
Safe laner is
so
your
is mom
baby.
the position 5 then? Is that what it is?
That's
Is
mom.
Puppy-
Position 5 is mom.
Okay. I never envisioned Puppy as a very motherly character, but my
Hey,
eyes
there are
are
all
open
kinds
now.
of mothers, man.
Okay, there's a smoke coming from for fun, but it's a very weird one as it's only Mu and Ancient Apparition that have smoke.
Yeah. Not sure
So-
what the ganking squad of Brax and Moo's gonna do here, but I mean they are with snaking, so maybe they'll bait. There is Ryoya up here as well. And they go, they do a scan. Quinn's gotta know something's up immediately. Astral stepping away. There should be hookshot comes in. He's already used all of his astral steps too. This is not looking good for Quinn as he gets held in place with that net. And they have that Yule Scepter and they just split him in half.
That was really nice. That was also a little bit harder than it looked, but they did have a really good old ward. You see how deep it is, right? Above the tier 2, which helped them out see exactly where Quinn was. So those astral steps, they were... why he wasted both of them is because he knows Clockwork just rocketed. He knows where I am. If I astral step and then juke a little bit, maybe he'll miss the hookshot, right? Sadly, there was a ward and he knew exactly where he was.
Well, let's go after Snake King and Moo, and that's a beautiful egg over here on the side, although Eternal Envy, he's already there, he sees it, he's gonna be able to pop the egg before they're gonna be able to get that stun off. Now Lelis left behind here, needs some help from the rest of his team, but it's only MSS, and now they're just bursting down Lelis, they're bursting down MSS, down they go, in comes Envy, all 5 of the 4 Fun squad show up to the fight, and they get themselves some very nice kills. And it looks like they're headed off to the Roche Pit to celebrate.
Again, very unfortunate that Quincy crew is fighting without getting that level 12 on Phoenix. That the egg was in a decent position. It wasn't perfect, but it was decent. If it was a level 2 egg, I think maybe Envy isn't able to kill it all alone, even though he probably is with Mask of Madness. But still, if they waited just a little bit longer before this engagement, it could have went way better for them. And another problem is, Morphling isn't fighting with them at all. He's not joining these fights.
UR though, classic UR and well, classic Quincy crew actually, because Quincy they'll fight, they'll make space for UR, and they're hoping that by the time UR comes out, he's such a big bad evil guy that it's enough that they'll be able to turn everything around. It's a gamble though every single time. Eternal Envy does have the Chronosphere if necessary, and he still has the Aegis, so I'm not sure where they're trying to make these plays on him, except to maybe, just try to continue to make space for UR. Oh, a double damage rune. Perfect timing.
Double damage, Chrono as well, BKB about to be completed on Envy, and this guy is completely online right now. Well, in 150 gold once he finishes like BKB, but that's it. He doesn't need anything else. While
He's
Morphling
like,
is... Yeah.
He's like a console. He's preloading, you know? He's almost ready to be online, and
Quinn?
yeah, Quinn's playing very far forward here.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I mean, I know he's a Void Spirit. I know this is what he's got to do, but it's got to be scary. Yeah, look at this. Open up the Atos, Envy going on in with the Crossbeard. Does manage to go and hold snaking its place, but it's fine. They get a nice pick off.
I remember there was a time in which you were talking about Aghanims on Void Spirit and how it might help later on. The problem with it is, even if he's having a really good game, it comes late if you start with duels. So it's... I don't think it's ever going to be a big problem for Envy, as he already has that BKB. The problem for Yavar is this Ancient Apparition. How do you itemize versus it? Usually Morphlings go for an early BKB, but he opted not to. He has Mask of Madness, Manta, and he's going for what seems to be Skadi first. It's a good build, don't get me wrong, but it's also a build that will always make him second guess if he can join a fight or not.
Well, I think it all comes down to the idea of, you know, trusting that Quinn or MSS is going to be able to hop onto the back lines. And obviously, MSS is going to have a lot more difficulty getting into the back lines, especially because he should be saving his save for anyone who gets Chronosphered by Envy. But, I mean, is it just like a situation of, like, I have to have faith, this is my build, this is what I know, and I have to think that Quinn's going to be able to pop Brax down before anything else. So there's a little bit of lockdown here again. Banishment comes out. Quinn's just gonna walk away.
Yeah, there's the Holy Locket Mu with the Undying. A complete
Can we talk about how
medic.
good Mu is and how versatile this player is?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when it was a joke, like, way back in the day, like, oh, the only thing you can give Mu is Timbersaw. Now look at this dude. Like, I had a whole conversation with a friend about this, and he says, you know, Mu's the only one on this team that's that versatile that can really, you know, play any role. He played mid for a while, he played core, he's obviously played off lane.
Yeah, where would you put him? Like offlane probably as his best role, right? Still.
He played mid for a while on this team when they were business associates, and he did well. He's not, you know, known for being a mid player, but...
Yeah, like, you can always put the offlaner, I feel like, on mid lane with specific heroes, and he'll continue playmaking. I know I casted a lot of those games, and they had problems because both of their cores, position 1 and 2, couldn't really carry the game eventually, right? They had that playmaking mindset that always puts them in problems and sometimes a little bit underfarmed.
I mean, Envy went through this whole period of time where he was just playing Bristleback mid and was cutting the tier 2 and tier 3s, which was ridiculous, but was working insanely well. In fact, they actually ended up changing creep aggro around because of, not just him, obviously, because other people were definitely abusing it, but it was pretty ridiculous to see because no one could deal with his Bristleback. To see the different strategies that come out, but again, you are top lane here. It's like, spot out Rioya. They've got that silence. They'll drag right back. So, oh, he pops the BKB. This is not going to be enough for Rioya. That's his 10-second BKB. He just picked that up. Quinn needs to be careful, though. Looks like they're not going to be following up over there because...
That was a really good pick-off. That was really great for them. First and foremost, he's on top of the network, so they get a bunch of gold. That's 700 going for Morphling. That was quite far away from Skadi. Now he has Ultimate Orb and 1500 gold on top of that, so he's feeling great. But most importantly, you're breaking Dire's playstyle. You're stopping them. When you get a pick-off such as this one, you basically free yourself of the chains and you can maybe walk outside on the map, which is exactly what they're doing. Look at this smoke. It's so aggressive. Without that pick-off, this would never be possible.
I mean, the fact that they picked up the Mindbreaker on Quinn, too, is actually just so good, right? Because we talked about the fact that it's going to take a while for that axe to be online, because he went for the Blade Mail. And now he's going for that BKB to try to negate some of the damage that Rioya is putting out during these team fights, but that silence really made just a huge difference in that fight. It's just all the RNG of what you get when the loot pinata breaks open. The gem on Mu as well. He's Could be tearing down some of this vision.
Dire's top tower is
I
under
love that
attack.
Snaking is actually carrying a repair kit with him. He has plus 57 health regen at the moment, with Tranquils obviously being active. I overall just love this. People don't do this often enough, especially in pubs. Repair kit is something that can be extremely valuable. If you die, you can always drop it for someone else to
Dire's
use.
top tower is
This
under
region
attack.
is great.
If no one's carrying it on my team, I just pick it up and I'm the support, man. I'll take it. And me looking for a Chronosphere. Lela's sitting on the high ground, though. That's a 30-minute rune. Jumping up over into the castle. Does manage to find Quinn as he goes. Oh, but they follow up with the Aether Remnant. Can they keep him alive here is the question. MSS on the back line, so he's going to get picked off immediately by Ryoya. Quinn, he just gets burst down. Despite the fact that they go and use that Sunray. Very nice pick off from Ryoya, making sure that MSS cannot be there to save Quinn. That is their BKBs and the Chronosphere down.
Click on Shadow Demon and look at his equipped item and look what's in his backpack. Now imagine if he had spider legs there. It would literally change that whole scenario. He would save Quinn, possibly get out on his own as well.
Possibly. Well, they're going to go and open up. Can they burst down Envy fast enough? Yes, they can. My God, he was there, and now he's just absolutely obliterated. Hunt is still on. Do they have any way to catch him? Do you have that Yule? So shot not going to connect with Snaking. Nice fear coming out. There we go. They'll use the Split Earth Sunray getting used as you are over on the other side. They'll try to take down that tombstone here that he's dropped. Looks like the rest of the... let's call them business associates because that's how long I've been talking about. The side of the for fun Brax Street Boys are going to leave now that they know that they no longer have Envy there, who is their primary damage dealer, especially now that they've got these BKBs up and running, or very close to anyways.
And they managed to get out because Brax used his ulti on Morphling. He stopped Yavar from chasing them any further, and he had to go back. He was hit by that Ice Blast. The moment he got hit, he just turned, nope, I'm out. But Envy, man, it's 50-50, right? Like it's Envy after all. Like, who are we fooling? Everything was set up for them to really push. Quinn was dead for like 30 seconds. But they move up high ground without vision, and Envy just dies.
Fourth, though, over there on Ryoya, 18k, 16k on Envy, and 15 over on Yawar. But he's starting to reach the point now where even if they have those BKBs, he's still starting to dish out a lot of damage.
And he's buying a Satanic next. It looks like, at least. No, BKB. Yeah, I was
about to say.
I'm still not sure if he's going to go for it or not, but I really think BKB is very important. The problem is, what if you're chrono? It doesn't really help you, and because of that, perhaps Satanic beefs you up a little bit more. You could argue at this point he's reached this mass in which he has Skadi already, so maybe even Satanic would be better, but a BKB is just the easier option.
Coming out from Quincy, they need to push them off the tower. You are just going to wait for him on through. Maybe see if they can bait anything here. Lelith's leading the charge, does have that Blink Dagger. There's no one in the castle as they go for the scan.
Yeah, they're positioned really well on the Dire side.
They go down. Oh, they
it's gonna be
find
big.
Envy. A little bit of a panic here. Snaking going onto the back lines. Envy going forward. Gets the Chronosphere off over onto SVG and MSS, and there's no one to save them. Although they'll go and they'll try to hold off some of the players here. Not going to be able to. The buyback coming out now from the Phoenix and from the Shadow Demon. Snaking getting taken a lot of damage as they use that Sun Rays. Got the hook shot there. Is going to be able to run away as Quinn pop the BKB, but they're just not able to get anything else beyond that. So for fun, forcing out those two buybacks. They're going to be feeling pretty good.
SVG in this fight could have popped his egg a little bit earlier. He dies in that chrono. I think the reason why he didn't is because he knew that he has buyback. Can they catch Mu?
I don't think they have the detection for it.
But if he pops that egg there, I think they could disengage or engage properly and take a team fight. As they broke Envy's initiation. You saw that he went into the river, instantly got disrupted, but what happened afterwards?
Oh, hook shot. MSS taking so much damage, but they have the arena back up, so it's now Snaking taking a lot of damage. But there it is. There's the BKB coming out from Ryoya. They've got the Yules. Will be able to go land that split. Also followed up with that Atos, trying to freeze in place. The egg does get used, though. Oh, but Envy thinking about going back in, but the Aether Room did it. Slows him down. Still going to be able to go jumping back in after Lelis. Spear buys him a little bit more time. Now Quinn left behind. This is not looking great for him. Has his own BKB. He's got to try to run away. Does have the Aether Rim. Turns around, puts a little bit of damage over here onto Snakings. Of course, uses Assimilate. As still SVG trying to keep him alive. They pop the Blade Mail over on Quinn. Trying to just disengage. They've lost Lelis. Oh, but on the back line, the hook shot comes through over here onto Yawar. He's silenced up, but he's just getting bashed to death. Forced to waveform away. As the Ice Blast coming in, this is looking very bad for the Morphling. He will go down.
It's just it's painful to watch the Morphling. If you so you're obviously busy describing what's happening in the team fight, and I don't really have anything to do while you're play-by-playing, so I'm pretty much just watching Yawar and what he's doing. And while that team fight is going on, like for the last 3 minutes even, I just hear circus music because he's literally just walking around team fights waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike, and that opportunity never comes. Like, he can never really come into play, and what's the worst is he even gets picked off in the end of this fight, and he was always on the sidelines. He just came a little bit too close and he died. But he died because he was left alone. Maybe if he engages, if he's a little bit bolder, and if he starts fighting a little bit earlier after the chrono is used, he could do something, but I think the Ancient Apparition pick is just way too in his head. He's overthinking this.
I think it's been very difficult because Quinn hasn't been able to get onto those back lines and take down Brax in the manner that, you know, we anticipated that he'd be able to do.
Well, click on Morphling and see what he's buying next, so maybe that's his plan.
I saw the blink. I saw the blink of the BKB. You know, if he can get into the back lines, again, like you said, they have an Ancient Apparition problem, and I'll be the first to admit it. I was like, there's no way that this Ancient Apparition stays alive long enough, right? Like, when jumps on him, somebody gets him. But he's proven to be a huge issue. Getting into Yawar, like,
it's also the team composition, right? It's the team composition too, Moxxi. If you look at it, it's Ancient Apparition and 4 frontliners.
We'll say Snaking's been doing a bang-up job of being front and center. Moo's been there with some really good heals, so... Yeah. You're right, lizZard.
Aghanim's completed on Snaking as well, so now you have to deal with 2 hook shots, which is sometimes just enough to even take down a core. That control from 2 hook shots and 2 cogs, it's like 6-7 seconds overall.
We're doing the best he can. Does manage to get a kill on Moose Courier. It's just some wards, nothing too great here, but try to move around the map and try to farm wherever he can at this point.
Does he have that blink? Yeah, he finished the blink on Yawar.
When he came back up, he immediately bought the blink.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Brax?
MSS? There's a lot of people here, MSS. I don't know if you're going to be able to get the kill on Brax here. In fact, I'm pretty sure I know for a fact that that's not happening. So.
There's Pipe on Snaking, there's Greaves on Brax, so he can just take all those stacks off whenever he feels like, so... Yep, that was not happening.
I'm not sure why he decided to reveal himself, but, you know, I guess space, I guess. Maybe space that's not necessarily, you know, needed like that, but...
You know what also boggles my mind is SVG's build on this Phoenix. No Yule's Meteor Hammer, which is kind of the new thing. No Veil or Shiva's, which is kind of the old thing. No Aghanims, which is kind of the always thing. Just a point booster this whole game. Literally. Maybe that...
I mean, aspirational items, right? He's thinking that, you know, eventually I'll be able to get the Ags, I'll be able to try to go and save people, but have to be very, very careful with that. There's making their way over here into the space. Again, they do have the Aegis, they have the Satanic over on Eternal Envy, got Cheese over onto Ryoya. It's going to to be very difficult to push them off of these buildings. Quinn throwing out the Aether Remnant, hoping he can get some sort of a grab here. Brax sitting on the back lines. Needs to be able to, okay, they'll jump in with the initiation from Lelis. There's the silence as well. They take down Ryoya so quickly. Doesn't even manage to go and get the cheese. He's gonna buy back. There's gonna be a nice Chronosphere though. And they've got Yawar, they got the Ice Blast, they've got Guardian Greaves too to just heal everybody right back up again. Yawar will go down, forced to buy back. Now Snaking, Body Blocks coming out over here onto Lelis. He goes, drops down the cogs. Colonel Envy looking for this opening. They egg at the far back as Quinn. They're all split up though. They haven't really decided where they want to go. Quinn's still poking out here. They've got Eternal Envy. Can they take him down though? He does have the Aegis. Lelis though, taking way too much damage in the front lines. They have no way of saving him. As down goes the Rax here in the bottom. And Envy's got his eyes set over the mid. Yeah, they don't have Lelis. You don't have MSS either. Ryoya did buy back for this. He had the boots of travel, a step forward, coming out from Quinn again, trying to get the silence off. Sunray doing a decent amount of damage to percentage base. Quinn needing to be careful, pops that blade mail over on the side though. Snaking jumping forward as Yawar tries to just knock him back again. They'll be able to go pin him over off to the side. Turtle Envy though, he's just so healthy right now. It's not looking like he's gonna get taken out. Snaking, nice little rip coming out from Moo. Tries to keep him alive, not gonna be able to do it as they'll still chase after Envy. Again, following up. There's the bubble. Can they do anything else though? It looks like the side of 4Fun, they're gonna back off for now.
Yep. It's 10 seconds to Aegis being reclaimed, and because of that they back out. If it was a bit longer, I think they stick around, they continue fighting. Because they could, even without the chrono. That fight again just went so poorly for them. Yawar, he's a level 25 Morphling, but this Aegis got to his head, I'm telling you. He blinks behind in this team fight and just eats a Ice Blast to his face, gets chronoed afterwards, just dies, buybacks. After that,
Envy?
he can't really accomplish anything.
Envy, Spear to the tree, plus the silence, plus the sunray. They're gonna be able to burst him down. Down goes Envy. Moon now caught in the female along with Snaking. Snaking trying his best. Ice Blast is gonna be tossed in, but it doesn't matter. Land on anyone over here. Moo taking too much damage. He already dropped that tombstone. MSS pushed back. Quinn has his eyes now over here onto Snaking. And down he goes.
Damn, that was huge.
It's a great engagement, but they've got creeps in their base.
Yep.
And you know, it was funny because I'm looking at this. I was looking at the net worth, lizZard. I'm like 28K. That's rough right now, right? You got this huge advantage for fun, and then I remember it's Eternal Envy Dota. Anything can happen.
Yeah, he's literally 6 slotted at this point, right? He has everything he needs, but
He has no buyback, lizZard. Like, they
Yep.
can take so much advantage of this right now.
he's dead for 50 more seconds, and you have a Morphling against you. This guy hits hard. The only
You
question
don't have
is...
Snake either. Your other front, you don't have most of your frontliners right now. How do you deal with this? Like, look at Quinn. He's bloodthirsty. He's trying to find Ryoya.
Remember,
He doesn't have the big tanky boys to stand behind right now.
remember that this Slash also doesn't have a buyback, so he's not gonna just run into them and do anything stupid. He needs to stay back,
I
and
mean,
that's
it's
exactly
NA
what
Dota,
he's doing.
dude.
Alright, yeah, you're right.
Anything is possible, especially in an EE game. But now they take one of the tier 3s rather.
Okay, so he's up in 10 seconds. Because of that, they won't do anything more. And Envy, after being picked off like that, he takes one item that I don't think a Faceless Void usually would take, but he gets that magic lamp. Like,
Oh boy.
I mean, I don't blame him. As long as they don't blow him up instantly, this is a pretty good item for Void. As long as they don't kill you in one go, you're gonna time walk and turn the fight. So it's pretty solid for him.
The leveler. What an item.
Yeah, if only they had that leveler before the push. That could easily be 2 sides instead.
God, look at the swing. Look at the difference in team net worth and experience earned. Like, just that big swing back upwards after these fights.
Yeah, 10k pretty much, right?
It's wild.
Yeah.
I have to see how the teams go forward because, like I said, this Morphling getting bigger and scarier, but he does have to be very afraid of the Ancient Apparition. Does have the Blink Dagger, he's got the BKB, you know, he's itemizing, I don't want to say too defensively because he needs to, but you can tell this is something that weighs very, very heavily on his mind.
He finally finished the BKB. After this fight, he has it. He still doesn't have buyback. So heroes with buyback, it's him, Lelis, and Lash, right? That bought back in that last teamfight. Maybe one of the supports too, but these cores, it's all on them. If one of them dies, the game can just be over. Rosh is up.
That's probably going to be our next big fight. Might not even be a fight the way that he's just melting down over here, though.
Yeah, they're not really able to contest that. But they were a little bit too busy and preoccupied with defending the bottom lane, like out pushing this dead lane that was taken by for fun. So they didn't have time to move around the castle, set up those wards, perhaps fight Rosh.
Scepter that just got picked up on MSS, by the way.
Yeah, Scepter also picked up by Faceless Ward. By Envy.
what?
Yeah, it's from Rosh. It's the third
Okay.
Rosh, I believe. Yeah.
Huh. You don't think that would have been better on, like, Ancient Apparition or someone?
Nah, no, the new Ancient Apparition Axe is Chilling Touch one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
It's
it's not
been a
that
while.
great. Yeah, it's not that great. Maybe on move for -10 strength on Morphling every time he decays, it would be cool, but everyone else has it, right? Lash has it, it's infused as well, and Snaking has
Well,
it too.
they see Envy up there. Oh, they jump in, they drag back over here onto Envy. He goes, he's immediately healed back up again. He's forced to try to run outside. BKB getting used on Lels. Hookshot gets used over onto SVG over here on the side. It looks like they're gonna lose the Phoenix. They do have buyback though. Chronosphere comes out. They know that Lelis doesn't have the buyback, so Envy just going to town over here is gonna try to take some of that strength away. Lelis can't do anything about that. Down for 113 seconds. No buyback. SVG realizes he has to buy back. They do not have the Mars.
So no Mars, but also no Chrono.
Jump forward from Eternal Envy. Quinn dodging right in there, followed up with the Sunray, trying to get some of these bashes off. They're not going to be able to do it. Trying to just burn them down as much as possible. It looks like they're probably going to end up losing this Rax as Envy gets dragged right back in. Again, they'll follow up with the Banishment. Envy trying to fight himself. It's a little bit difficult.
Has fallen.
But they'll take mid. And they don't have... Well, they do have the creeps in the base if they wanted to try to go for this. I don't know if they will, though. They don't have the Chronosphere Lizard.
It's about Quincy crew. They're the ones that need to respond. They're the ones that need to fight. If they don't, they will lose the top lane.
Well, they're dumping in over here onto Eternal Envy. Can they finish him off in time? It's not looking great. Even with that blade mail, MSS over onto the back line, so it's going to get taken down. No buyback on him. As now Yawar trying to find an opponent here. Manages to find the Aether Remnant that dragged back over here onto Snaking. Needs one more hit. They'll find the kill on that. But they've only managed to get Clockwork. They do have creeps in the base, though, and several Cardis doing some decent amount of damage, but they're still really hard committing over here because they know that they don't have Lelis. They'll be the backdoor protection kicking in a little bit. They'll be able to chip through it.
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
Lash is tipping mid. Yeah, he's tipping mid to out push, so that
Dire's
protection
middle
is
tower
out. But
under attack.
yeah, I think they go back in the base. They don't have Clockwork. Let's see. No, it looks like they won't. They know that Lelis is up in 15 seconds. Because of that, they move back. No one is really forcing their hand. They can play it a bit safer, and disciplined. I can respect this. Just wait out Clockwork and then finish off the game. After all, that double hookshot is just so big. The reason why they won the first fight so decisively is Phoenix was completely controlled by Snaking.
The Lotus Orb getting picked up now for the Phoenix. More utility out here. So what do they do here? Do they try to smoke out of their base? They try to get the jump on Envy, take him down?
It would be great if you didn't have that magic lamp. It makes it a little bit more difficult. But I still think that's the play. You need to find Envy and kill him. Lash isn't really a target because of that Aegis. It's still on him, so... Another problem that they're facing is the fact that they don't have any map control. These wards are all from Dire. All their movements are scouted.
Because they have the gem over on Moo. He's been ripping down all their vision whenever they put anything up. Vision helps you win games. But you need to be careful here. Got the Glimmer Cape over here on Envy. Hookshot comes in from Snaking. Initiation over on Quinn. He's got the BKB, but it's not gonna matter. There's just too much damage coming out from Envy. Quinn's down. He might be forced to buy back here. Down for 90-something seconds.
He has enough gold to buy back, but They need to do it straight away because they're in their base. They need to fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yes, they do. They're gonna end up getting Megan if they're not careful. They'll follow up. There it is. There's the arena, but they have the BKBs. Lelis can't really do a whole heck of a lot of anything. As Quinn, though, does buy back. Rioya's got the Lotus Orb on him. They go, they drag him right back in using the Aether Remnant, and that's a lot of damage with the Sunray, but it's just not enough here as Lelis forces Spear back over here onto the priest. His BKB is about to go down in just a second. Storm coming out here from Quinn. There's another Aether Remnant. They're not ready to give up this final Rax. They're trying to just push all these creeps out, but they just can't seem to do this move. Walks forward here with Eternal Envy. The fort's gonna come out again. Yawar turning himself into his own faceless foot. Lelis jumping in as well here, but he's taking so much damage. The shot doesn't quite connect, but they'll still be able to get the kill on Lelis. The wave forward here coming out from Yawar. He's got his BKB. He's gonna get hook shot in though. They've got total control over here onto this Morphling. This is looking very, very bad now for Quincy crew as Yawar tries to run away and there's just too much damage. MSS, they chase him right into the fountain. They've done it again, lizZard. This is the second time that 4-1 has been able to take a game off of Quincy crew, proving that God do in fact lose.
Yeah, they played really well this game. You could say on the wings of envy, but I also think Ancient Apparition and the draft, this draft was just good. That's literally what worked the most for them. You have this Ice Blast, which makes Morphling a hero that... I still think Morphling, if he was playing a little bit more aggressively, if he was joining these fights a little bit more often early on, could have done more, because that's how you play against the AA. You never hit this sweet spot. You're playing versus AA and Void. You're never going to hit this sweet spot in which you're invincible as a Morphling, like you are in so many games. So perhaps just play on your team a bit more, play on Quinn, instead of waiting that perfect moment. That was really problematic for them.
Feels like a lot of it came down when the draft too, especially you know, they felt like they got pinned into the corner. You mentioned the Ancient Apparition several times, and they even got Quinn his best hero, which is actually very, very surprising. So very interested to see, you know, what the next game is going to yield here for Fun versus Quincy crew. But I'm just going to take a moment, remind you guys that you can vote for the Monster MVP. Go over to bts.gg/Monster MVP, and you know, if you thought that somebody played exceptionally well, like maybe, you know, Mr. Brax on that Ancient Apparition, or, you know, Rioya, Eternal Envy, whoever, you can go put in your vote. But we are going to take a short break, so grab yourself a fresh can of Monster, especially if it's like, you know, 5 a.m. where you are, like it is for lizZard. And we'll see
4
you
a.m.,
in a little bit. We're gonna, not yet. We'll send it back over to panel after a short break.